Hey everybody, long time no see. It is, by the time of this recording, uh, middle of December, and a lot's going on right now. I mean, I've been doing nothing but work and trying to find more work and all this other stuff. Um, we're all struggling to make ends meet. We're all trying to actually buy a bunch of Christmas gifts and all this good stuff. And, so I understand if I haven't seen your viewing my episodes in a while, and hopefully you can understand the fact that I'm so busy myself that I haven't had a chance to actually create any more episodes for you. In other words, I'm cool if you're cool with it. All right, well, I'm coming back onto the internet to talk about the situation of the migrants that are here in San Antonio. We've been accepting quite a bit of them, and we've been sending them to different locations, just simply because, that's how the process works. But all of that costs money, and it's in the tens of millions, as opposed to like $1 billion or $1 trillion or whatever, $100 trillion or whatever. There's certain cities that are asking for $5 billion each city, in order to fix their migrant problems. And of course, I've been boasting a lot about my town, that all of this stuff wouldn't be a problem if they just got started right from the beginning with their vetting and their housing and the facilitating and all this good stuff. Now, San Antonio has had a surplus, along with a bunch of church charities, church helpful donations, voluntary, and all this good stuff, which was the big drive. It was no surprise to me, because San Antonio is full of churches. San Antonio is full of, we're dominated still by the Catholic denomination, which is big money. It's big money. But we're starting to run low. Ooh, excuse me. We're starting to run low on funds right now, and it's not going to be long until we hit rock bottom and all this good stuff. So for right now, my city mayor and all of the people that are in charge of this are turning to Joe Biden. Also, they've joined the city mayor of New York. They've joined the DC mayor, Chicago mayor, Houston mayor. They joined in with this pact to try to get more funds, because obviously it is a lot more helpful when it is coming from the government. And of course, we can't rely on our Texas state governor. He's just this worthless douchebag to this day. Still absolutely, does nothing. No, correct that. He does nothing beneficial. In fact, whatever he does do for the cause, he makes it worse. So that's the situation now. San Antonio is on the grips of struggling. But here's where I come back to my train of thought. Why not go back to borrowing against yourself? We still have a few business complex and even abandoned warehouses that are just asking for renovation. They're begging for renovation. They're begging for, I don't think restructuring, because they've been solid this entire time. But we've got renovation and all this good stuff. Honestly, we can still fit 100,000 migrants at around average. Actually, I don't want to say at least. I could say around average of 100,000, maybe more, maybe less. But nevertheless, we have still abandoned buildings that can be filled, which just means more American jobs, security, police, EMS, actual doctors, not just emergency doctors, but actual doctors, psychiatrists, for crying out loud. All of those can be set up. We could also set up places for them, along with more vetting offices, This is this is where this whole idea of borrowing against ourselves by putting all of these jobs into effect, firefighting as well. There's no doubt that some fool's going to have a fire to stay warmer, and start a little campfire or whatever inside the warehouse. There's no doubt that there's going to be a problem with that. The accidents are going to happen. Candles are going to get dropped. Some mentally challenged kid is going to play with matches or whatever. Or some, mischievous kid. It doesn't have to actually be a challenged kid. Mischievous kids are usually the ones that make fires anyway, So you got firefighter jobs, assigned to each of these facilities. Doctors, again, not just medical emergency doctors. They can be stationed right there at the facilities where they're, susceptible, because again, it's a warehouse. It's not exactly, a home, where you can actually, where it's easier to make climate adjustments to keep from getting cold or pneumonia, to keep from getting, heat exhausted straight on out to dehydration, to deathly dehydration at deathly levels, in a warehouse, it's actually very easy to dehydrate. Right now it's a little bit cold, so it's actually very easy to freeze in a warehouse. Yeah, because those concrete walls, that's it. It's not like they're always going to be heavily insulated. Unless of course the renovation part comes in. Unless of course that's a part of the renovation, in which case that's also great. Jobs for the insulations and the filters and the air conditioning and the heating, cooling, air conditioning and all this good stuff. I mean, it's just so obvious that we can actually have good tax-paying jobs added onto this, and then come back with the income tax and have that money circulating, starting with those workers and then moving on to businesses in relation with those workers, job appointments, and it doesn't have to be your job. It can be a McDonald's job. It can be a job that nobody wants. Here in San Antonio, we have teams of people who are picking up trash on the highways. Okay? They're never the same people, and they are just sick and tired of it. They know they can do better. A migrant that comes here, grateful for whatever work, probably knows he can do better, but has to go through a trial. At least 2 years. Now that's some, and then if we get 100,000 of them cleaning up our highways, just on that alone, I mean, we've got a pristine 7th ranked city that's in ranked 7th in population. That's an ultimate clean city, which normally anything 1 to 10, the top 10 cities, they're very polluted, they're very littered, they're trashed. They're trashed with a lot of litter. We make use of our migrants, starting with, picking up the trash on the highways and stuff. We're pretty good city, we're a pretty clean city. And then, of course, the trash that goes to either recycling, it can be recycled and it can be, burned for methane or propane or whatever, any kind of ain that we'd like for fuel, or back into our energy. We don't have to rely on, the water at the power plants, using up all that water and stuff just to keep the power plants cool, and even if none of that is there for recycling purposes, it's the simple fact that we're disposing the trash. We're getting rid of the crap that people are throwing out the windows and just littering all over the place. You know, at least $100,000 just on highway cleanup alone, just on highway cleanup jobs alone. Something that we citizens don't want to do. We citizens don't want to get paid. So I know a lot of you say, oh, so just leave that and let them take our jobs. Shit, I don't see any of you out there doing it. I see people on parole or probation, you know. I see people that just want the next check so they can get the next hit. You know, I see those dudes going out there. I don't see any of you out there on the highways trying to clean up as part of your job. Steel-toed boots with a reflector vest and a hard hat, and that sun beating down on you. You know, I don't see any of y'all doing that crap. So you could stop right there with this whole, you know, giving away the jobs bullshit. Sorry, bull crap. But yeah, that alone would be, you know, fantastic. It's an investment. It's an investment on ourselves. You know, it's a loan upon ourselves that we can pay back. You know, so I don't know who to contact to in order to get this across. You know, San Antonio here, especially here in San Antonio. You know, I mean, I'm just a normal worker guy. I don't know anything about how to run it in the form of politics. I don't know how to make it a legislation or something, you know, a policy. Okay? I'm just a worker. I'm trying to make ends meet no differently than the rest of you out there. That being said, maybe if you guys could point me in the right direction, I wouldn't mind writing a letter to the mayor or the city council or, I don't know, Chamber of Commerce. I don't know. I don't know who the hell to talk to with this. Or if you yourself know. I'm pretty sure some of you out there who are very concerned about this are very concerned because of the simple fact that you're looking at people that you get involved with in taking care of them and facilitating and all that. And you're a little bit concerned because once the volunteer money goes, once the volunteer money goes, then it's obvious the federal budgeting doesn't come. And if everything else goes but the federal budget comes in, well, that's still limited and it's not helpful. I mean, it helps, but it's not going to get the train rolling. It's not going to get everything going continuously, you know. So that being said, I think honestly it should be a matter looked into. If any of y'all have a voice out there, use it. Please share the information on how we can get that job done, and so forth. So yeah, that's the big concern right now here in San Antonio. It's a little more closer to home, as opposed to me talking about what's going on halfway around the world or in other cities and all that good stuff. I hope everybody out there is doing fine. We're still doing fine down here in Saytown. Hope you all take care and stay safe. Have a happy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Yes, I say happy holidays because I know that there's more than one Christmas solstice holiday celebration, commemorative, whatever, be it backed up by religion or by some what do you call it? Just the tradition festivity. Okay, just the traditional festivity. You know, we don't hold ice skating rinks as sacred. You know, we don't hold tree lighting ceremonies as sacred. That's not a God thing. You know, but it is sacred to some other people, and they like it and all this other stuff. So, if it's a positive thing for celebration, happy holidays. You know, congratulations to you. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, all this good stuff. And I hope that everybody out there stays safe. Stay safe out there, and y'all take care. This is Chris with Chris's Comments. After a bit of a hiatus, now signing out. Take care, y'all.